I think the last thing that we'll do is, it's complicated. It's really hard. I mean, I see, lots of you guys are suggesting ideas, and each of those things could have like 20-minute sections, right? So the last thing I will do is quickly ownership, because I just saw what happened with the turret, right? So all grids are either unowned or they're owned by somebody. That's kind of obvious, but grids that you paste in automatically are owned by you. So I come into this vehicle and hit K. Because I built this myself in creative, I own these blocks. I own the cockpit, I own the battery. Not all blocks have ownership, just some of the functional blocks have ownership. So the problem we had earlier with the turrets, the turret was shooting an enemy, shooting that thing because, if I get the turret back on here, it's on my toolbar, the turret was actually set in its settings to target neutrals. So what that means is, if I change the ownership to nobody, this Gatling turret is now neutral, right? And it actually won't target anyone. It shouldn't target anyone, I don't think. But yeah, ownership is really key, and you can change it here to make sure you own it. But it's also key that you turn off neutrals. Or maybe you want to shoot neutrals. That's also something else. And this could go into factions and way more advanced things, but just a little teaser, I guess, for ownership, to keep an eye on these settings. And if you do see your own ship shooting, like now, you can see this automated turret, which can either be manually controlled or it's automated. You can see I'm just driving around here, and as I drive, that turret's shooting. So as you guys are realizing, each topic, some of the topics need 50 minutes each, and this really is designed to be very, very basic here. So I think I've probably gone over some things a bit too much, not enough. We've gone over experimental mode, we've gone over Steam Workshop blueprints. I think if you guys have got any questions, we will wrap it up here, I think, for tonight. And I think I'll go back over this and try and choose the most vital information, and also cut out the loading, cut out the mistakes and so on, to really get it down to 15 minutes. Can you read up? Let's have a look. Have a look here. Have a look. Which was this? Did you say something? Control X. Cutting. Yeah, okay, we can go over cutting and pasting. So I did pasting, right? But if we just want to if we see something in the world we want to have more of, or don't want of, so we can do either Control C, like in many desktop applications, and Control V. Control C and Control V to just copy. Oh, and you can throw it as well. If you actually move it and then click, you can throw it. Or you can, if you stay static here, you can just hold it in place. So that's one thing. But now if I want to delete these things, if I say I don't want these now, I can do Control X, delete, 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 and now I've only got one left again. So Control X, Control C, and Control V are all used for cutting, pasting, copying, and pasting. So you want me to mention about units in game. So ores are in kilograms, ingots are in kilograms, and components are in pieces. So, I mean, this is 3 pieces of, this is 3 magazines, but if I was to quickly grind, let's quickly drill down something, just get some ore. Okay. Now we have 1.57K. So that's, yeah, this is in kilograms, not in numbers of stones, right? That's a small thing. Yep, it's also true. It's something I didn't do, but if your ship doesn't have enough power, then you'll find it will fall or drop. So like this atmosphere, let's say I've built this right now, and I'll take up a couple of the... No, I'll just turn off some. I'll just simulate. I think it's got a battery on, probably. It's probably got a battery, right? Right, let's turn off all the batteries. Okay, it's actually apparently... Alright, you'll see the overload now. So this is something where you have too many thrusters or too much power output and not enough input. So it's okay now, but you'll see when I go to space, I'm going to go up, it's down here, we go to maxed out load, and it's just going up. But if we move forward here, you'll see that we'll start to drop because the power is being stolen by the ones going forward, and there's not enough power in the ship to actually keep you from sinking. So that's descending there. So that's also something that you'll discover when building ships, is that power is also very important. Too much power draw and not enough output, shall I say? Yeah. I think something like that, like there's some things that you'll find out by learning. You'll learn by experimenting, Gwyn. I think some of these things. I believe we have gone over the basics. We've definitely gone over what we wanted to do. I had my list of things to do. We've got just to go over it again, we've got the introduction, the starting a new world, easy start space creator mode, explaining the sandbox nature of the game, explaining the main difference between creative and survival modes, drilling, refining, assembling resources, building, welding and grinding, how to build a flyable ship, plus symmetry mode, plus painting and ship controls, experimental modes, how to build a ground vehicle and ground vehicle controls, and the Steam Workshop and blueprints. All good things. I think there's one last thing is actually, if I exit this world, is some workshop things are actually not blueprints, but actually scenarios. They're pre-built worlds. So I'll first see if I've got anything. If I go to, let's have a look. Yes, I have. So if I go to, new game, workshop content here, only in experimental mode though, we're now greeted with some worlds here that I have subscribed to. And these are whole worlds or whole scenarios or whole mini games, you might say. So that's all there. But that's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'm going to try and cut this down into something short. I don't know, 2 hours worth of video to cut down, so we'll see how it goes. And if it's too long, then maybe we'll have to rethink this. But this is definitely something, even if it's not in game to link, we can link it somewhere, because we did go over a bunch of I think key things here to get started. And if I was teaching someone how to play the game, that's what I would do, right? That's what I would do. If they were sat here right now, I probably would have gone over those main things. So if people have the time and want to have it in the background, then this will work quite well. So thanks for watching. I will see you all soon, and I hope this helped. Good luck engineering.